Focus on yourself. Focus on your circle, on your goals, your friends, your family. Everybody's true circle, it's actually pretty small. When I first got into bodybuilding, I was like 12 years old. The year was 1998. I started high school the next year. I remember we all had like these Nokia cell phones. Couldn't take pictures. Texts were very expensive. Each one cost like 10 cents. And social media didn't exist. Bulletin boards and after that forums came into existence. And honestly, I loved forums because I could go online on my computer at home and converse with people that had the same niche interests as me all around the world. Because let's be honest, if you go to your high school, chances of having people that are into bodybuilding and powerlifting like you are to the same degree, it's pretty low. It's probably, I mean, it might be higher now, but back then it was pretty low. You know, forums were great. You had to prove yourself through your knowledge. You could post up a really impressive physique and people would be like, yeah, okay, cool. But if you posted up just absolute nonsense, people will call you on it. A lot of people didn't even use their real faces or body as their avatar, nor did they use their real name. So it was all dependent on the level of information that you would put out. We would bullshit check each other. And every forum was a little different. Some were more lenient than others. You had Get Big, which was, I feel like, just an entire site of people trolling people who did bodybuilding. I personally didn't go on that site very much because I found it, I don't like the over negative attitude that was on there. There was other boards like That Be True. It sounds like a little bit of a ridiculous, maybe not so serious name, but that was probably the best science-based message board ever. I don't think it's going to be matched. I was one of 2 approved online coaches there because I've been online coaching since 2008. I mean, I've been helping people in bodybuilding stuff in the gym and just in general for a lot longer than that because I've always been into studying and learning. I'm always amazed how many people don't want to read and find all this information out, but I'm more than happy to help people with it. So, you know, it works out well for everybody. Fast forward 2007, I go to school in America. I get told, you need to have this Facebook thing, right? And I had seen MySpace before and its utility seemed pretty limited. You'd see some jacked guys having pictures of themselves up and I remember this one profile that said like, no fat girls DMing, or, you know, it was like before these sites like Plenty of Fish. It was like a dating thing that he was doing by showing off his body. I had no interest in that. But I got the Facebook. And quite liked the Facebook because I could keep up with friends back in Ireland, could keep up with friends here in America. You know, it was a good setup. Decon was formed in like 2014 and Kevin and I, you know, we worked at that and he kept saying to me, Kevin said to me, you need to get this Instagram. And I would say, why do I need to get an Instagram? I've already got a Facebook. What the freak would I need an Instagram for too? Apparently I did. So we work at, you know, I get an Instagram and the rest is history. I mean, it really has helped my online business a ton. I was able to sell the gym to Kevin. Maybe that was his master plan the whole time, who knows. But I basically can work from at home. It's awesome. But I have noticed some things. And these things are a little bit concerning, to be honest. You used to see fitness influencers and, you know, just people who do bodybuilding posting up motivational stuff. Okay, motivational it's kind of weird what people call motivational and what, you know, I'm not out to motivate or inspire anybody. If you take motivation or inspiration by what I'm doing, well, I mean, that's of course absolutely awesome, but I don't say I am here to motivate you, because it's not up to me to say if you find me motivating or not. now we've got this new thing. And this is a really concerning thing. It's this, have pity on me. I'm fighting, I'm grinding, this uphill battle. You see it all the time. Oh, I got a good workout in even though the week has been so bad. It's like, dude, or dudette, if you're a girl. Everybody has challenges. It's never completely easy. And if you're complaining about your training being a grind, that makes me wonder if your life is hard at all, because training is the pleasure in life. It's one of the pleasures. It's like meditation. It's like, that's your time. If you like to train, training is your time. It's never a grind. Following a really strict diet into a show, yeah, because your hormones drop really low once you get under 6-7% body fat. Serotonin will drop, dopamine will drop. I always say life feels a little more gray, so it's basically like self-induced low-level depression, really, if you think about it, getting super low in body fat. But this trend of, it's nearly like everybody is trying to one-up each other. Have more pity on me because my life is crappier than yours. It's freaking ridiculous. So when you look at so many athletes, it's like they've given up before they've even started. Go into Instagram, have a look. You'll see what I mean. Read the captions of what people are saying. It's depressing. And it's this circle. It's a constant circle of trying to one-up each other, trying to get pity from each other. So what do you have? You have a load of people on the internet asking for pity from each other. It's ridiculous. If you have something really hard in your life, it is good, it's important to reach out to friends, family, somebody close to you. Once you have overcome whatever issue you've had, maybe it's a good idea to post it on social media and talk about how you overcame it, because that can help other people. But talking about your struggles while you're going through them on social media, that is never going to be productive. And a lot of you are already going, no, you're talking nonsense. I know, I realize that. I realize that you think that, but I'm really not. Because what is social media but this big network of people? Do you want your network of people looking badly on you? Do you want them to really have pity on you? No. If you do something awesome like overcome being an alcoholic, right? And that's in the past, you've done it. Like Jerry Ward, for instance, he overcame all that stuff. So it was cool to hear him talk about how he overcame these issues and how tough it was, because he had done it. But if you are in the midst of it, if you aren't battling that stuff right now, you are not going to gain energy, willpower, discipline by posting that crap on the internet. Focus on yourself. Focus on your circle, on your goals, your friends, your family. Everybody's true circle, it's actually pretty small. And that's a good thing, because it's supposed to be. It's not supposed to be your thousands of followers. All that is doing is draining you of your energy. It's decreasing your discipline. It's increasing your anxiety. Just have a look at how many people are anxious. I've got clients that do amazing. They're growing bigger, getting leaner. They're just, they're improving day by day. Yet they will still sometimes say to me, Cornelius, I feel like I'm failing. I feel like I'm not doing good enough. And I say, why in the world would you feel like that? And they say, well, I go on social media. And that says it all. I'm like, okay, there's your reason. They're going on social media and they're comparing to each other. And this comparison game, this one-up everybody game, was bad enough when it was with just, this is how I look, I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you. But then once we started throwing this element of take pity on me and this toxic negativity that's disguised as positivity, even though quite clearly it's not positivity, I think that's really damaging to people, and it's really causing a lot of anxiety for a ton of people. And a lot of you who are watching this know exactly what I'm talking about. So I'm sure I'll get some comments that say I'm full of crap and that's not true and all of this. But it really is true. Bodybuilding is not aided by being online. You are not going to increase the chances of becoming a really good bodybuilder by posting online. Are there advantages as far as marketing, if you do online coaching? Example for me, if I stopped doing online coaching, this is 100% serious, I would delete my Instagram. I really would, I wouldn't care. I'd still keep the Facebook because I've had that for so long, but the Instagram would be gone. And I wouldn't get a TikTok. I got a TikTok, I tried it for one day. I'm like, this is even worse. This is even more toxic than the thing before, the Instagram. So really think about the energy that you are putting out online. Your posts, what you say, that is your representation out there in the big world, so to speak. And people go, the internet's not the real world and stuff. But it is, isn't it, these days? We are all working through the internet. That's how we communicate mainly these days. So it's good to be aware and cognitively aware that this is reality. Those things that you are saying, going out on the internet, they'll stay on the internet. They're never going anywhere. I once had a posing video I made for some of my friends on a forum. I was trying to get ready for my first bodybuilding show. This is like 2007, right? Back years ago, before social media, before Instagram really. And I put it up on YouTube for a couple of hours so they could watch it, give me some critiques on my posing, and then I deleted it, right? About nearly 10 years later, I get this message from some random person. They go, is this you? And they send me a link to this gay muscle worship site, and there's my video. Bulky teen on steroids poses muscles. I mean, honestly, I didn't care, because what's to care about? But it just showed me that the one time I did that, I put a video up for a few hours and then I deleted it. It's still now on the internet. So please really think about what you post out there, because not only are you representing yourself, but you are also affecting other people. So if you are having this woe is me attitude, and you are somebody who is relatively impressive, you are somebody that does motivate people. Let's look at it like that. There are people that watch your stuff and go, I want to at least have certain elements like this person in my own self. If you are giving them the idea that using this negativity and spinning it around to be positive, this really toxic behavior, if you are telling them that's what you should do, and you are really causing damage. You are really damaging people and yourself long term by doing that. So if you want to be the best you, as far as bodybuilding, as far as anything goes, have your social media. There are uses for it. But don't be on it all day. Don't feel compelled to post every day just because other people do. If you have something good to say, go ahead and say it, post it up. Think about what you're going to say, then post it up. Otherwise, just stop. And never take the approach that people should pity you. It's not good. It's really not. I have clients that they got these crazy good physiques, right? And they make reels on Instagram. And one of them says to me, Cornelius, I feel like deleting Instagram because every time I post a reel, I kind of get depressed, because if I don't get as many views as I got last time, I start to think I'm doing something wrong. And I say, man, you realize it's nothing to do with your physique. It's the algorithms. I mean, are there ways to work around it and get better at the algorithms? Sure. But there is no relation to your actual physique. That's why you will see guys who have, and girls, who have really unimpressive physiques, compared to bodybuilding standards, of course. I mean, compared to a regular person, it's impressive, but they have enormous amounts of views. Those are people that are using the system a little better than you are. So don't get trapped inside this circle of, I need to get likes, I give likes to people, I hope to get likes back. I see it all the time. It's really pathetic, and it's only going to hurt you. And I won't lie, even though I use social media purely to make my living, I still get drained. I still get like sometimes anxiety and kind of burned out because of the fast pace that is required. In the days of the forums or email, if you responded in 24 hours, 36 hours, that was plenty, that was fast. Now, if you don't respond to somebody in basically real time, like a few minutes, people start thinking something is wrong, because everybody knows that you have a smartphone, so everybody knows that you are seeing this message or this post, so they are expecting you to reply, and that is ridiculous. And the larger your circle gets, the more people that will be doing this, the higher your anxiety levels will get. It's just a vicious cycle, guys, and it's easy to stop it. Just view social media for what it is. It's a tool, but it's not real life. It's not real life. Just remember that. And focus on your goals, because Instagram, TikTok, it'll be gone in a few years. Trust me, it will. And if it's not, you probably will be off it. So the question is, once you're done with Instagram, once you're done with TikTok, once you're done with YouTube, will you be able to look back over your life and go, I achieved the things I wanted to achieve? If the answer is no, it easily could be because you wasted too much of your energy on this. Getting into shape for a show, making a business successful, having a successful relationship while doing any of these things. These are all time and energy draining activities. And when I mean draining, I don't mean in a bad way. It just takes a lot of energy to make things happen. So don't waste it on social media, because the return for your efforts, it's never going to be as high as what you think. And then you'll see the people, right? They'll do the OnlyFans thing. And I'm sure for some people, if you're making 50,000 a month or whatever, then it's a successful, good business. For most people though, it's a pathology. It's a sickness in the head, where they are just degrading themselves further and further for this circle of people that degrade them further and further. You just have to think about the average timeline of somebody who does, let's say, an OnlyFans. At first they say, oh, no nudity, just private pictures. And then slowly but surely, they just digress. They just go downhill. And so do the people who watch them, and it's just one negative spiral downwards. And okay, OnlyFans is an extreme example, but there are levels to this, and Instagram is only probably one level above the OnlyFans as far as the negative spiral goes. I don't know. Have a great day, guys, and don't spend too much time online. Trust me, if I didn't make my living from this, I wouldn't be on it. I didn't even own a smartphone until I got Instagram, like 2017. Before that, I was like, what do I need a smartphone for? I have a computer at home. Nobody needs that fast of a reply from me, It's ridiculous.